What is up, YouTube? TradeModeJames here, coming back at you with another weekly recap video for Microvision stock ticker mvis. Let's talk about it in under 5 minutes, all right? So let's start with the higher time frames. We're going to work our way down. That's called top-down analysis, all right? So that's what I do when I'm analyzing price action and charts in general, all right? So on the weekly time frame, each candlestick represents 1 week of time, all right? The first thing that I notice here is, number one, we are entering or approaching a known demand zone, okay? If you look to the left, every single time we have hit this demand zone, we have pretty much ripped out of it, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times basically we have ripped out of this demand zone. All right, that is a huge confirmation for me that we are probably likely going to be reversing to the upside. Number two, we are in a descending wedge here, okay? A descending wedge is a bullish setup. It's a bullish pattern, okay? Always is, always will be. The descending wedge is looking for a breakout to the top side. So if we come down and we kind of just consolidate here, we're probably likely going to break out to the top side at some point. We might come down a little further in the demand zone. Not really sure. I mean, obviously I can't predict that, but I do know that these setups are bullish in nature. And every single time in the past that Microvision has been in a descending wedge, it has broken out to the upside. All right. Number three, we are approaching we are actually have bounced off the 50 SMA on the weekly time frame. All right. So the SMA takes whatever time frame you're on. So like I said, right now we're on a weekly time frame, so this is a 50 SMA. So we've taken the previous 50 weeks and it's printed us an indicator in the form of this pink line. So not only do we have the descending wedge right, you know, near that 50 SMA on the weekly, right near that demand zone on the weekly, and also inside that descending wedge. That is a huge confirmation for me that we're going to be moving to the upside. Now, the biggest one here, the biggest confirmation that I see here on this weekly chart is that we have a long-legged doji candle, all right? Right off that 50 SMA, right off that demand zone and towards the bottom of this descending wedge. If we look at a long-legged doji, the definition is a long-legged doji candle signals indecision about the future direction of the underlying security's price. Long-legged dojis may also mark the start of consolidation period, where the price forms one or more long-legged dojis before moving into a tighter pattern or breaking out to form a new trend. Long-legged doji candles are deemed to be the most significant when they occur during a strong uptrend or downtrend. The long-legged doji suggests that the forces of supply and demand are nearing an equilibrium and that the trend reversal may occur. All right. Supply and demand, we're in a demand zone. All right, we have the long-legged doji candle here bouncing off the 50 SMA. We're at the bottom of a descending wedge. There are a lot of confirmations on the higher time frame that lead me to believe that we're going to the upside, guys, all right? It looks super bullish. Yeah, we've been on a very long downtrend for a while. Matter of fact, since about, when was this? June 7th, we've been kind of just tanking all the way down to this demand zone, and now we're here again. And what has happened in the past when we've hit this demand zone? Look to the left. If you're not looking left, you're not looking right, all right? We've bounced out of this demand zone multiple times, and we have yet to break below it and close. We've yet to do it, all right? We have not done it. Now, we are at the 50 SMA on the weekly now, and that's a bit different, all right? We weren't even close to it over here. Now we're right here, okay? So it's gonna be a big, what's the word? It's gonna be an even bigger confirmation if we break out to the top side of this wedge at this point, because we're bouncing off the 50. Now, if we close below that 50 SMA, there's a chance for some downside, potentially to back around $10, okay? That's going to be the bottom of that demand zone. Now, also, there is a pivot point right here. You see this green line, this R1 going across my screen. That's right at the bottom of that demand zone. So we have some support here. We have some walls that can save us from going below $10. But if that happens, we're going to have to just react to the price action, and, you know, it's going to tell us everything we need to know, guys. But right now, everything looks super bullish on the weekly time frame. All right, let's drop down to the daily time frame real quick. Let me pull my notes out real fast. So let me go through this real quick one more time. The weekly time frame, it's in the middle of that golden zone. Also, let me pull that up for you guys so you guys can see this, okay? Let me remove this stuff. All right, let's pull our fib out here. All right. Oh, my bad. Did that the wrong way. Let me turn these pivot points off. Pull our fib out from the beginning of this move back here in April 2020. All right, and if you pull your fib and draw your golden zone, guys, we are literally in the middle of a golden zone. All right, what is a golden zone? It is a reversal zone. That's what it is. By nature, a golden zone is a reversal zone, no matter which way you pull it. All right, and you can see here, we bounced out of this golden zone multiple times. Same thing as that demand zone, same thing as this golden zone. Now we're at the 50 SMA with a long-legged doji inside the middle of a golden zone. Looks super bullish to me. It does. Now, if we close below that 50 SMA and close below the golden zone, maybe there's a different story going on, and we'll have to talk about that when that happens. But as of right now, that has not happened, okay? We are in that golden zone on the weekly time frame. Let's see here. What else do I have on my notes? We got the rips out of the demand zone on the weekly. We got the pivot point right at the bottom of the demand zone, the long-legged doji, we talked about that. All right, daily time frame. We have a descending wedge. We talked about that actually already. The descending wedge on the daily time frame, that's a bullish setup. And okay, so basically my confirmation checklist right now as it stands is the long-legged doji candle bouncing off the 50 SMA on the weekly. We're bouncing off that known demand zone, and we're in a descending wedge on the weekly time frame, which every single time we've been in one, we've moved to the upside, guys. All right. I'm trying to do this really quick because me and the girlfriend are going out of town, so I had to make this video really fast for you guys. But those are my confirmations right now. All right, long-legged doji bouncing off the 50 on the weekly time frame in the middle of a golden zone. I think the next coming weeks are going to be very, very good for Microvision, and you know, the market is the market. All right, it is what it is. We can't change it. We don't have money to do that. The banks are moving the money where they want to do it. Obviously, look at this chart, and we know that we're in one of their zones where they've done it in the past. All right, so that's all we got, and that's all we can go off of. If you're holding long, there's not too much to worry about here. If you're just getting in or you're trying to get in, this is not a bad time to do it. I am not a financial advisor. Please understand that. But price action doesn't lie, and price action tells you that this is a great time to enter the market in this stock because of the confirmations that I mentioned in this video. That's all I have for you today, guys. All right. Peace and love from my end. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified when I go live, and hit the like button on the video, obviously. Peace and love. See you guys on the next one.